But I do want to talk about a particular scene in the movie, which when you see it, is going to, strike you immediately. And that's the first meeting between Channing Tatum and his brother, played by Mark Ruffalo, who are both wrestlers in the film, and Bob and Mark Schultz. And they're training together, sparring together. And the scene is just absolutely mesmerizing. I mean, those guys look like, it's not just that they look like real wrestlers. It's that it looks like they know every single move, and every single move translates into a kind of immediately you can feel the sibling dynamic between the two of them. Yeah. That's an amazing way to introduce that.
These guys, these two actors, Channing and Mark Ruffalo, just really took it upon themselves to learn each other, these parts, the world, and they started training wrestling maybe 7 months out, and spending time with each other and spending time with the real people. And I don't know if I have words for this, but I don't know. I have such a feeling for these actors. Part of the reason why I like making films, and part of the reason why an event like this is not always the best idea, is because
It's working out fine so far.
I'm not. I live in filmmaking in that place where words do escape me.
Yeah. It's just a question of immersion.
It's just a question of a different language.
Yeah.
It's just a different language. And I've never thought of myself as a very articulate person. And when we were sketching out the outline and drafting drafts of over years of this film, the first act saw many scenes that were designed simply to establish who these brothers were and who they were to each other, and what they wanted and what was in the way of them getting what they wanted, and what were they doing to overcome that, and what was their predicament, and to make explicit the dynamics between them, the reverence and the rivalry. And we shot the scene that you're describing, which is two brothers who are each other's wrestling partners, and they kind of warm each other up, and then they do light training, and in this case it gets a little competitive, and they go live, and then it gets a little rough. And what you learn without words and how they do this allowed me to eliminate 20 minutes of scenes from the first act, because you just knew everything. You learned everything. And it's
every gesture counts. Every movement counts.
It's the way that Mark Schultz, Channing Tatum's character, sort of repels everybody, and then when you see his brother Dave Schultz, played by Mark Ruffalo, when you see how he just breaks those barriers in his warmth and affection, and he brings him in, just like cutting room floor, just eliminate. It does everything. I mean, it's in a gesture, and it's in a moment, and incredible performances, to my taste.